Hey, it is Monday morning. Hope everyone is having a good start to the week. Today we are going to talk about the most important factor, in my opinion, when investing in sports cards or any other collectibles for that matter. Stay with me. Hello to all my sports card investor, collector, all of my collectibles friends. Thank you very much for joining me again for another episode. We have got a stacked week, guys. This week is going to be crazy. I'm on I will be on Pittsburgh's YouTube channel tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. On Wednesday night, I'm having a mystery guest live, which I'm excited about, also at 9 p.m. And then on Thursday, I'm doing the Off-Centered show with Brad, the comeback card investor. Looking forward to that one. It's always a good time hanging out with Brad and making fun of him. So looking forward to that. Guys, before we jump into this, I have to first thank... This video is sponsored by Otis, a magical place where almost anyone can buy and sell shares of rare collectibles, including some pretty amazing sports cards, sneakers, and art. You simply download their app and sign up is free. Here's a quick look at the Otis app. As you can see, they've got sneakers, rare sneakers, graded comic books, graded video games, various art options, as well as sports cards. There's new assets launched in the app weekly for you to buy shares in. You can also buy shares of previously launched assets from other Otis members. And there is an offer right now to get your first share free when you first fund your account. Guys, you know that I am big on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise. I have their action figures from 1988, the first editions, and their first appearance is in their 1984 comic book, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1. It is a scarce book. There are 28 on the census report in a 9.8 condition. Otis has a copy of this book. I don't see myself having tens of thousands of dollars to be able to buy a copy of that book. And so it's great to have the ability to buy shares of a very unique piece. If you are interested in seeing what Otis has to offer, please visit the link in my video description. All right, guys, the most important thing to remember when investing in sports cards or any collectibles for that matter is this is supposed to be the fun investment. And I'll say that again, this is supposed to be the fun investment. You know, when we look at traditional investments like stocks, bonds, real estate, etc., that's just kind of part of the plan, and for some, that is the fun, and that's perfectly great. For me, this is all the fun stuff that we talk about here on this show. So it's always good to have kind of a broad portfolio, but this is supposed to be the fun one. This is supposed to be, something that we really enjoy, that makes a difference in our life in a positive way that's not just on the balance sheet. There is a really, really good YouTube channel, Alpha Investments by Rudy. Rudy is a guy that started this channel 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. He's got 300,000 plus subscribers, really entertaining guy, hilarious, has a finance background and actually left that job from my understanding to then start his YouTube channel and then also to invest in Magic the Gathering cards. And I believe he also invests in Pokemon cards as well. But this is a guy that's been buying Magic the Gathering for 20 years, since the beginning. And he was a guy that was buying PSA 10 rare Magic the Gathering cards in 2005, 6 for $700 when it wasn't popular to do so. And now he's reaping the rewards of that because he's held on to everything. And he's also bought a lot of sealed wax. He's kind of the king of Magic the Gathering sealed wax. When I watch his show, sometimes in the background, he's just got nothing but sealed wax. And it's just pure passion for Magic the Gathering cards. The guy has to be having the time of his life, just making a living, talking about what he loves, and that's Magic the Gathering cards. And one thing that's really interesting when you hear him talk, and I think it's because he does have a finance background, and I believe I have these numbers correct, but his goal essentially is to have 4 to 7% price gains on average annually over time. And he believes that if he can do that, then he's investing in something that he loves, and it's also making money for him, compounding over time. And that's really kind of his thought process going in. And that is a fairly conservative ask for the most part. If we think about what sports cards and comic books and really a lot of assets have done over the last 18 months, we're talking not 4 to 7%. 4 to 7% is, nothing compared to what we've seen. We're in just an amazing kind of bull market, if you will. But now people are unhappy if they're not doubling their money or tripling their money or 5xing or 10xing or whatever. And I think that we have to back up a little bit, and not forget why we're here in the first place. For me, yeah, of course, I love to see the prices appreciate. Who doesn't? For things that you're buying and selling, that's all part of the fun. Look, when I was 8 years old and reading Beckett magazine, and I was collecting cards, and I was getting each issue, I was excited when I saw a Bubby Brister 89 score go from 10 cents to 20 cents, and that little up green arrow, I think it was green, but it was an up arrow or a down arrow. But the funny thing was with those Beckett magazines, there wasn't these massive price changes. But when you're young, seeing something go from 10 cents to 20 cents is awesome. And so that's where we should be. I think that we need to kind of get back to reality. We're in kind of a weird space where it's a weird economy. You've got assets are at all-time highs. Money is being printed and printed and printed. There's estimates that 20 to 40% of all US dollars in circulation were printed in the last 12 months. And so it shouldn't be that shocking that we're seeing, assets increase in price. There's all this money flowing into the economy. There's all this money that's flowing into this stuff. And so, yeah, it's happening. Is it going to last forever? No, it's not sustainable. And we have seen a little bit of correction here recently. I think that it's going to be fairly normal to see. And you can say of course, things are still way up in price, and they still are, yes. But I think that we need to get to more of a realistic piece, a realistic place. I think a lot of these short-term people that are in these markets will leave. I think that they are going to be here and then they're going to leave. And I think that there will be some price drops possibly from that. But I really do hope that the people that are getting in are really getting in and enjoying it, really enjoying what they're here doing. And, it's this combination of sports, collectibles, and investment. It's a win-win-win all the way around, guys. The real tests are coming in a bear market. We will have a bear market. There'll be an extended period of time, I believe, where, pricing is low, pricing is down. And that's where I think you'll see a lot of the short-term people leave, move on to other things, and that's okay. And that's going to be the real test as to kind of how these markets do and how we move forward. There are no, experts in sports cards. There are no experts in collectibles in general. To be frank, there's not really a stock market experts. And the reason why, or real estate experts, the reason why that is because past performance does not have bearing on future results. That's just the reality. Mark Cuban actually recently, I was watching an interview and he really put it, this guy, I really have a lot of respect for Mark Cuban because he's an outside the box thinker and he just gets it. And that's the reason why he is a billionaire that owns the Dallas Mavericks. And basically what he said is that we're speculating on everything. And he's not wrong. Just because we have a traditional investment that's been around for 100 years or 200 years or whatever, in reality, our country's not even that old. But the traditional investments that have been around, they're a little bit more comfortable, give us a little bit of comfort, a little bit of more of a warm feeling inside. There is no guarantee whatsoever that stuff is going to hold up down the road. We don't know what the future economy is going to look like. We just don't know. It might not be it might not be based on past factors. There might be just new things that we don't understand yet, technological advances that we are not taking into account. It's going to be interesting to see. And you guys know from watching my channel, I'm an and guy. I like all sorts of different collectibles. I like all sorts of different traditional investments. I like all sorts of different alternative investments. I like to really kind of dig into all of it and really try to understand it. I'm open-minded to all of it. So it's not a knock on any one thing in particular, but the main point is that there are no experts in this field. It's just people that are, a lot of talking heads like me and others, that like to talk about this stuff, but there's no experts. The bottom line in the message here is have fun with this. The big thing for me that I really like, and whether it's sports cards or graded comic books, graded action figures, it's community. The community around whatever you're doing. And maybe that's, dealing with stocks, real estate, whatever you're investing in. Community for me is number one. And I think for a lot of people it is too, because you have like-mindedness in that community, and they're all kind of looking for the same things that you're looking for, and they're involved in the same things you're looking for, and they enjoy talking about the same things. The community, I'll just use sports cars as an example. Comic books also, great community there as well. But you can really kind of get in, debate. You can make a lot of new friends, debate with people about upcoming releases or different products, different players. The sports factor is great with sports cards because you're not just talking about the cards, but you're also just talking as a whole about sports, what you think is going to happen with the baseball season or the basketball season, football season. So there is community there. And I think over the last 12, 15 months, especially what the world's been going through, community has never been more important, especially with us being apart, especially with us not being able to get out and be, face to face with people. It's been more of a digital family, digital friends. And I think that's going to become more the norm. I've made a lot of new friends over the last 12 months thanks to this channel, and that has been a big part of my motivation in collectibles and with everything. It's fun to be with like-minded people and learn from people and meet new people. So this has been awesome. So community, are you getting what you need out of the community, whatever you're dabbling in? Because I think it's important to find that community and it being a part of what you're doing. Another question to ask yourself, are you enjoying the aesthetics of the cards? Do you actually enjoy the cards themselves? Are you enjoying the process? Do you like checking prices on eBay? Do you like using the data tools, whether it be Market Movers or Card Ladder or whatever it is? Are you, I brought up the community, obviously. Are you enjoying this whole thing? And if you're not enjoying it, maybe it's time for a break, or maybe it's time to look at other types of collectibles, other types of interests. I think that's really important because it shouldn't be stress. It really shouldn't be. It should be fun. And if it's not fun, then there's something else that's gotta be fun. Because look, we talk about it on this channel all the time with the positive messages at the end. We only get one shot, guys. We're here. This is it. This is our life. And we have to make the most of this life. That's it. This is it right now, today. So I'll end it kind of on this note, but I hope that you guys are enjoying the hobby, whether all-encompassing hobby of collectibles, because if you're not, then what's the point, really? If it's just to make a few bucks here and there, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It'll just be a short-term gig, and then you'll be moving on. And, for some, that's probably okay. But there's a bigger purpose out there. And so, definitely let me know. Are you finding it within the sports card hobby? Are you finding it in other collectibles? Are you big into comic books? Are you big into action figures, graded action figures? Are you big into graded video games? Where are you finding that community? And frankly, if you have found a good community out there, I want to learn about it because I want to get in there and learn from you guys. So let me know in the comments section, which collectibles are you most active in? What communities are you finding the most value out of? And let's learn from each other. Thank you very much for joining me today, guys. I hope that you have an amazing Monday. Let's do amazing things this week. I'll talk to you again later.